I pulled my reliable old Honda Civic into the valet line outside the Pinnacle Grand Hotel in downtown Chicago. The engine's soft hum barely audible over the city traffic. The hotel towered above me, its glass facade reflecting the late afternoon sun like a beacon of wealth. My sister Sophia's sleek black Audi was already parked prominently out front, polished to a mirror shine under the attentive lights. Everything about this engagement weekend had to scream success, and Sophia had orchestrated it perfectly. Stepping into the grand lobby with its marble floors and crystal chandeliers, I felt the familiar weight settle in my chest. Mom spotted me almost immediately from across the room, her perfectly styled hair catching the light as her smile faltered into that familiar look of restrained disappointment. "Olivia," she said, her voice carrying that polished edge she'd honed over decades of social climbing. "You wore that dress? To your sister's engagement party?" I glanced down at my simple navy shift dress, modest and appropriate for a teacher on a budget. It was clean, well-fitted, nothing flashy. "Hi,
Mom.
good to see you too," she sighed, adjusting her pearl necklace. "Sophia sent you those links to better options. She even offered to cover part of it. I suppose not everyone can prioritize these things." Her eyes scanned me head to toe, lingering on the sensible flats I'd chosen over heels. Before I could reply, Sophia appeared like a vision in a cream silk gown that hugged her figure flawlessly, probably costing more than my rent for 6 months. Her fiancé Marcus stood nearby in a tailored suit, shifting uncomfortably as if sensing the tension. "Olivia, you made it," Sophia said, air kissing near my cheeks with practiced precision. I wasn't sure.
Given. Well,
The arrangements. Arrangements? I asked evenly. She lowered her voice, though her eyes sparkled with something sharper than concern. "The presidential suite for us. Of course. Mom and Dad have the executive level. Most of the party is in deluxe rooms. But knowing your teacher's salary, I reserved you something more manageable on the 3rd floor. Budget room. But it's clean and has the basics." "That's thoughtful," I replied, keeping my tone neutral despite the sting. Sophia beamed. "I try to be inclusive. Family is family, right? Even when circumstances differ." The next couple of hours unfolded like a carefully scripted performance of subtle digs. 200 guests filled the ballroom for the cocktail reception, finance executives, real estate moguls, socialites discussing vacation homes in Aspen and private equity deals. My aunt pulled me aside near the champagne tower, her voice dripping pity. "Still teaching those inner-city kids history? How admirable. Not exactly lucrative, but noble work. Your parents must be thrilled at least one daughter made something of herself." I smiled politely. "I love my students. They're bright, full of potential." She patted my arm condescendingly. "Of course,
dear.
very noble." At dinner, the seating chart placed me at a back table with distant cousins I barely knew. Sophia and Marcus presided at the head table, laughing with their elite circle. Dad rose for the toast, his voice booming with pride. "To Sophia, who has built an impressive career in marketing and found a partner in Marcus, who's equally driven. You two embody the ambition and excellence we've always hoped for in our family." He didn't mention his other daughter. The omission hung in the air like unspoken judgment. After dinner, I checked in at the front desk. The clerk's professional smile turned puzzled as she reviewed my reservation. "Room 312. Budget accommodations. Here's your key." She hesitated. "If there's any issue." "It's fine," I assured her. The room was small, functional, with basic furnishings far from the hotel's promotional luxury suites. I set down my bag and caught my reflection, same Olivia, quiet and unassuming. My phone lit up with Sophia's text, "Hope the room works." Breakfast at 9 in the rooftop lounge. Dress appropriately. Mom followed. Please look presentable tomorrow. Sophia's in-laws will judge us all. I turned off the lights and lay there in the dim room, the distant sounds of the party filtering up. This weekend was already testing me, but I had come for family. Despite the undercurrents of comparison that had defined our lives since childhood, Sophia was the golden child, ambitious, glamorous. I was the steady one who chose teaching over corporate ladders, investing quietly in real estate on the side without fanfare. The next morning, I chose a tailored gray pantsuit with minimal accessories, professional yet understated. Arriving at the rooftop sky lounge at 8:55, the wedding party had already assembled amid fresh floral centerpieces, a custom breakfast spread, and yes, another champagne fountain. Mom waved me over urgently. You're late, Olivia. And that outfit. It's on time, Mom. She waved it off. Just make conversation. Marcus's parents are here discussing golf memberships. I sat next to a bridesmaid named Lauren, who immediately dove into stories about her recent Hamptons vacation property purchase. I nodded, sipping coffee, feeling the invisible walls. Sophia stood midway through, clinking her glass. Thank you all for joining us. Marcus and I have worked tirelessly to build our careers and this life. Closing on our downtown penthouse was possible thanks to my recent bonus. Applause erupted. She scanned the room, eyes landing on me. We wanted everyone here regardless of situation. That's why we arranged affordable options for family who might find costs challenging. Family supports each other. Heads turned my way. Heat rose in my cheeks, but I kept composed. Afterward, as guests scattered to amenities, Sophia approached with her entourage. We're doing spa treatments this afternoon, $600 each. Didn't book you. Figured it was too much on a public school salary. But you can join us in the lounge for free cucumber water. I appreciate the thought, I said quietly. Lauren giggled. You could explore the hotel, though the pool requires proper resort attire, no simple swimsuits. Fitness center has a strict dress code too. I'll manage. Sophia's smile tightened. Look, Olivia, I know this weekend highlights tough choices. Teaching over a real career path. That tiny studio apartment. Staying single instead of finding someone driven like Marcus. But not everyone reaches the top.
Some are meant to be
average. It's good for perspective. A quiet sadness stirred, not rage. If you say so. She laughed lightly. It makes Marcus and me shine brighter by contrast. As she left, Lauren whispered loudly, Is that really your sister? So accomplished. You seem different. The afternoon brought more texts and offering links to professional clothing. Cousins suggesting budgeting apps. Dad reminding me to be pleasant to Sophia's circle. By evening, exhaustion set in. The rehearsal dinner in the grand ballroom was spectacular, chandeliers sparkling, silk-draped tables, city views. Mom intercepted me at the door. That black dress again? From cousin's wedding years ago. It's fine. Try not to embarrass us. My seat was near the kitchen doors. The 5-course meal dragged with toasts praising Sophia and Marcus's ambition. Marcus's father. 2 brilliant minds building excellence. Dad. Sophia exceeded every hope. Career.
partner.
All exemplary. No mention of me. Later. Slightly tipsy. Sophia pulled me near the bar. Having fun? This weekend costs over $350,000. Can you imagine? Success opens doors. Olivia. We didn't settle. Mom said last week. Thank God one daughter turned out right. Hilarious. Right? You were smart but chose wrong. Now at 33. Single. Earning modestly. Shaping kids who might follow your path. Marcus gently led her away. Lauren appeared with others. Staying in the staff-like budget room, Jessica tried helping. But still, must be hard seeing this lifestyle. I excused myself, retreating to my quiet third-floor hallway. As I unlocked the door, my phone rang, unknown number. Miss Harper? James Caldwell, General Manager. Apologize for the hour, but wanted to welcome you personally for the family wedding. If you need anything, the room is adequate. Thank you. A pause. If I may, why not disclose your connection when reserving? My sister handled it. I value privacy. Of course. But if you reconsider accommodations. I smiled faintly to myself after hanging up. Tomorrow would shift everything. Wedding morning brought clear skies. I wore my deep emerald silk gown, elegant but rarely used. In the bridal suite, Mom frowned immediately. Green to a wedding? It's appropriate. Sophia, in her white robe amid stylists, glanced up. Olivia, glad you came. But this suite is bridal party only, understand. I left for the rooftop terrace ceremony. White chairs, floral arch, string quartet. Sophia was radiant. Marcus moved. Dad walked her proudly. Val spoke of partnership and shared futures. I sat in back, reflecting on curated images versus reality. Reception transformed the ballroom with flowers and lights. My table again with distant relatives. Grand entrance, choreographed first dance, glowing toasts. Dad gained a son, watched exceptional partnership, ambitious, devoted to excellence. Still no acknowledgement of 2 daughters. Sophia and Marcus circulated. Reaching me, champagne flushed. She leaned in, worth every penny.
Right?
$350,000 impossible for some. Mom and Dad hesitated inviting you. Awkward with all the success here. But I insisted. Good sister move. How generous. She smirked. Try the $450 champagne, likely your most expensive ever. A groomsman sat beside me. The teacher's sister? Cool. Though not corporate level. Someone's got to do the basics. Dancing and cake continued. By 9 p.m., I'd done my duty and slipped out quietly. The bustling lobby held wedding spillover. Miss Harper. James Caldwell approached concerned. Leaving early? Long weekend. Before replying, Mom's voice rang. Olivia, reception isn't over. Rude. Dad and Sophia followed curiously. Just heading up, I said. Mom spotted Caldwell. Sorry if she complained. Budget room suits her teacher's pay, no shame. Sophia arrived breathless. What's happening? Caldwell's tone turned neutral. I'm confused why Miss Olivia Harper, owner of this hotel for 5 years and 6 others in the chain, was assigned the smallest budget room while family enjoys luxury suites. Silence fell heavy. Mom stared. What? Caldwell continued professionally. Owned it 5 years. Turned it profitable. I've managed 3 years under her supportive leadership. Sophia's face drained of color. Impossible. Patricia Ellis, Operations Director, approached respectfully. Miss Harper, thank you again for last quarter staff bonuses. The team appreciated them greatly. You're welcome. Patricia. Dad found words. Olivia. I am a teacher.
Dad.
I also invest in real estate. Bought the struggling Pinnacle Grand 5 years ago. Saw potential. Worked with James to revitalize. Lives simply by choice. Invests rather than flaunts. Sophia shook her head. You drive that old car. Tiny apartment. Preferences. Money funds what matters. Education. Community programs. Sustainable practices, not status symbols. Caldwell gestured subtly. City Councilwoman arrived to discuss your $5 million community education fund proposal over 5 years. Dad's voice faltered. 5 million. More than that available. But used thoughtfully, I replied. Not for $450 champagne at events impressing strangers. Dad stepped closer. Why hide?
When?
Amid mediocre career comments or toasts ignoring me. Guests gathered. Whispers rising. Lauren stood agape near ballroom doors. Caldwell suggested privacy. But I declined. We're done. Sophia. Wonderful honeymoon wishes.
Mom. Dad.
Enjoy upgraded premier suites on me. I'll stay in my chosen room. Sophia's voice cracked small. Emma Olivia. I didn't know. If I had. You'd treat me differently knowing wealth? That's wise secret. You spent weekend proving treatment when thinking I had nothing. Family should value person, not portfolio. Mom protested. We're family. Family respects without financial proof. I teach for love. Live simply for happiness. Invest quietly without seeking praise. Came despite dismissals. Tears streaked Sophia's makeup. Can we talk? Not tonight, your wedding. Return to guests. To Caldwell. Ensure family upgrades to Premier. Tomorrow. Meet on scholarship expansion for hospitality students. Excellent. Walking to elevators. Whispers exploded. Sophia's flawless weekend overshadowed by dismissed sister. Phone buzzed relentlessly before reaching my room. Family suddenly eager. I powered it off. Next morning. Early checkout. Caldwell met me in lobby with coffee. Documents for education fund ready. Budget room renovation meeting advanced. Thank you, James. He smiled. Handled with remarkable grace. Staff respects you deeply, not for ownership, but leadership, remembering names. Family inquiries. Training investments. Rare. Good business. More than that. Family may realize what nearly lost. Driving away. Pinnacle grand shrinking in mirror. Clarity settled, not anger. Not lingering sadness. Just peace. Phone reactivated later. Sophia. Please call.
So sorry.
Need talk. Mom. Lunch this week? Terrible misunderstanding. Dad. Proud of accomplishments. Should have said sooner. Responses could wait. Today, City Council meeting on fund. Tomorrow, property inspection. Next week, teachers discussing classroom resources. Life full always was. Full of purpose. Impact. Quiet fulfillment. Family valued flash. Status. Comparisons. I valued substance. Contribution. Authenticity. As Chicago's skyline unfolded, I pondered. What defines success? Wealth measured in dollars. Or lives touched. Principles upheld. Self-respect intact. Family bonds strained by perception versus reality. Would revelation repair? Or expose deeper fractures? The weekend left echoes. Humiliations revealed true characters when power imbalance assumed. My silence tested loyalties, unveiling conditional affection. Perhaps forgiveness possible with time. Genuine understanding. But respect earned through actions, not revealed net worth. I wouldn't apologize for choices, teaching passion, modest living joy. Wealth stewardship for greater good. Clarity brought freedom. No longer needing validation from those blind to my worth. The ordinary sister held keys to more than hotel empire. She held integrity. Purpose. Unshakable self. And that, in end, proved richest inheritance of all. The questions lingered. Would family change? Seeing beyond surface? Or revert once shock faded? Time would tell. But my path remained steady, teaching tomorrow's minds. Building quietly. Living fully on my terms.